So what are the current limitations of immersive experiences in training and simulation? There are a few. There's latency, network latency. In the wide area network, say your server's in Kansas and you're in Florida trying to train, and there's some sort of a delay caused by some network traffic or routing or whatever might be causing latency. That can be a problem. That can be overcome as well with an edge server down in Florida. So the edge server loads itself up in a non-real-time fashion, and you train from the edge server in real time. Move someplace else, take the edge server with you, do the same thing, rinse and repeat. In fact, if you have the content already on the edge server for student number 1, students number 2 through 300 can all use that same content potentially. So bandwidth. Again, if there's a problem with latency or a problem with bandwidth, bandwidth means you can't get enough data through the pipe at a time to keep in pace with real time. So then you can have stutters or breakups in the experience. Again, an edge server would solve that problem as well, assuming the bandwidth isn't so poor you can't actually get the training content to the edge server. Now, one of the things that a lot of people may miss initially when stepping into the immersive experience realm is field of view. Field of view directly impacts your situational awareness, and situational awareness, at least for military training, is absolutely critical. So field of view means basically how wide is the picture? Can you see it through your peripheral vision, or is it only like a movie screen maybe that's far in front of you? Different HMDs have different field of view. They of course have different resolutions, but sometimes it's not the resolution that's the showstopper or the issue. It's actually the field of view. So that's something to look for. Now, people talk about wireless. There's a trade-off with the head-mounted display, whether you go wireless or go wired. If you go wired or tethered, that means you have some sort of a cable connecting your headset to a computer or a switch or some other device. When you go wireless, then you run into potentially the same kind of problems we already talked about, where you could have problems with latency or bandwidth. You also can run into the problem where if it's wireless, is it secure? That can be a problem. So look at wireless with a grain of salt. Be very, very careful before you go down that path. Again, RAVE can help answer some of the questions about, what's available today, how does it work, what are the liabilities, what are the strengths, these kinds of things. Another limitation of immersive experience is it's not just field of view or latency. You can have some problems with fidelity, and that relates directly to the resolution of your headset. It also relates to the other factors like latency and bandwidth and whatnot, which can be addressed individually and together, if you will. The lower fidelity the headset is, the less real the experience is. And in immersive experiences, less real is big trouble. Less real means that your brain can disconnect and not actually believe the inputs coming into your eyes and ears. And you might have problems, with correlation between your physical self and the virtual world. You can get a headache, you can get nausea, you can come out of it feeling you're surreal, you just, kind of spaced out. And so fidelity is extremely important. Some headsets cost $1,000, some headsets cost $10,000, some cost more than that. You need to get the product that's right for you and have it paired with the computer and network solutions that are going to allow it to perform the way it was designed. Finally, in immersive training, there are some applications which just are not appropriate for immersive, for an HMD and the peripherals that you can hold in your hands. So you need to look before you get into gung-ho on an immersive solution. You need to make sure that the technology is going to support all the basic needs of your training.